And he ran the best pub in town, and one of the things that was great about this pub is it had an incredible jukebox. So as a young man who was kind of into drinking and music straight away, I learned a lot about both O'Sullivans. But maybe when I was about 19, O'Sullivans shut down and never reopened again. I think Seamus drank all the profits away, and so I was cut off quite literally. I did not have a pub to call my own. And so, I kind of got on with life really, and I started writing songs, and I went to college, and I dropped out of college, and I worked a whole bunch of stupid jobs, and I never really found a pub to call my own. And then I was thinking, only recently, like many years have passed since then, so how would my life have turned out had O'Sullivans never shut? Would I have just gone there every day and sort of drunk myself into a stupor until, at the end of the night, Seamus would have to shake me in a pool of my own urine and just go, come on, you know, time to go home. And could I have become that guy? Because I was kind of on the road there at the age of 19. So if the intervening several years had followed in that suit, then I honestly don't know what would have become of me. And so I wrote this song from the perspective of that other parallel life me, maybe a few years hence from now, but kind of looking at the decisions that I'd made and wondering whether or not they were the right ones. So that's what the song is about. It's a very long intro, isn't it? But it's important that you understand where this came from. Cheers! Been around the block, let me tell you, and my hair's all turning to grey, and everything aches just a little bit more than it ever did back in the day. Now I don't move in high class circles, and I don't drive a big fancy car, 'cause I put most of my money in O'Sullivans jukebox, and the rest went behind the bar. Now at school I was a fine mathematician, a precocious and a scholarly kid, but I gave it all up for that sweet flowing cup, and I'm glad every day that I did. They told me that I could have been anything. They said I was gonna go far. Instead I put most of my money in O'Sullivans jukebox, and the rest went behind the bar. I was always pretty handy with a football. That's soccer to you. Could have been the rock of the England back four, or maybe a Hollywood actor. But what the hell would I want all that for? And I can play the guitar like a son of a bitch. I could have been a rock and roll star. Instead I put most of my money in O'Sullivans jukebox, yeah, you know it, and the rest went behind the bar. Now maybe I could have got me a job in the city. I could have managed financial affairs. I could have gambled away the money of strangers while I live like a millionaire. He said I always made friends better than I ever made profits. Now I'm a wealthier fella by far, 'cause I invested most of my money in O'Sullivans jukebox and his hedge fund behind the bar. things must come to an end. But if you'll share a drink with me, brother, well, you'll never have want of a friend. And when they carry me away in a coffin, won't you light up a Cuban cigar and raise up your glass for that sweet drunken ass who propped up old O'Sullivan's bar? Won't you raise up your glass for that sweet drunken ass who propped up old O'Sullivan's bar?